Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the video. We're going to be discussing the Sony PlayStation TV. Now, there is an actual hack which has just been discovered, and this hack restores Vita compatibility. So, as many of you are aware, the PlayStation TV did debut last year, but despite the fact that it was actually a really cool little device that allowed you to play, of course, PlayStation Vita titles on your TV, it was a bit puzzling because there were some games that just did not work. And, you know, obviously, in some cases that made complete and utter sense. So games that had Vita-specific functions that didn't lend themselves well to a home setting, for example, camera, gyroscope, that type of thing, fair enough. You know, that makes complete and utter sense. However, the hardware specifications for the device versus the Vita are identical. So they still are using the same ARM Cortex-A9, they still have 512 megabytes of RAM, 128 megabytes of VRAM, and so on and so forth. In other words, there's no real major fundamental differences apart from the inputs, which we just discussed. Now, there's a hack which is popped up by Hack Informer, and it's actually been posted by Mr. Gas, and this exploit allows you to basically modify the whitelist of titles that are available to run on Vita. So for example, now you're able to play titles like Dragon Ball Z, Battle of the Z, Crimson Land, Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified, Assassin's Creed Liberation, Mortal Kombat, Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, Uncharted Golden Abyss, and many others besides. So we have this question now, why in the hell were these games locked off to begin with? Now obviously, once again, going back to it, specific games which, you know, would not work because you didn't have a gyroscope functionality or something like that, fair enough. Once again, sorry, I've got a cold, which means I'm a bit snuffly. But, you know, I understand that 110%, like, that's cool, but I don't understand why certain other titles, which clearly could work apart from this whitelist problem, are just locked off. It's really, really, really puzzling. And it's possible that, you know, there is an internal reason as to why this is, but it nevertheless is a rather big shame, considering the PlayStation TV is actually a cool little device, you know. And for the users who just want to play their games on a larger screen, I mean, let's face it, some of the games I just reeled off there are much better on a larger screen. You know, it just looks more epic, right? Especially if you're home anyway. It's like, why wouldn't you want to play on the bigger screen? Anyway, it's just a bit puzzling, and I would really, really, really like to know the reason that Sony have locked this off. Anyway, as we all know, Sony are potentially not going to be making a Vita 2 because they're blaming mobile gaming with the you know, for the handheld decline. And to be honest with you, at the moment the 3DS is selling, you know, 4-ish times more than the Vita is per month. That's not to say that the install base of the Vita is awful. I mean, some people are acting like it's sold like 2 units, and it's sold about 12 million, which is not, you know, it's not shabby or anything like that. But considering the gargantuan number of units the 3DS has sold, 50 million, which many predicted it would not do that, considering the, you know, the rather extreme adoption rates of mobile gaming. People just thought, I don't know if, you know, Nintendo can actually work the 3DS into a workable system, you know, a successful system, and they did. To be all credit to them. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.